JKTV, the voice of the voiceless. Like it and click on following and click on see first, then you will get all the new notifications and updates.
Thank you so much, Claire, for being with us for the interview. My first question to you, tell us about yourself, about your family, and something our viewers want to know more about you.
Thank you for inviting me here to talk. My name is Claire. I'm currently living in Scotland. I am originally from London. I grew up in a very socialist background, socialist family. My granddad was an MP, so from the day I can remember, he was always involved with Parliament and politics. He was particularly responsible for a sort of a change in Southall, in his area where he grew up. It became multicultural, people from different races, different religions, all mixing in together, and he had to make that work as a community. So I'm very aware of different people coming to see him for help at all hours of the day, and I think it just, makes you very tolerant, very aware of people in the world, and accepting of everybody as equal and being the same, and all done really in a democratic way, with plenty of freedom for voice. And I mean, there was a lot of controversy, there were a lot of fights, and something within me. I work as a teacher, so I am able to, I feel, work with children to teach some of those things and move it onwards. But somehow, as I've got older in life and I've become aware of the injustices that are going on in and around the world, it's sort of woken up a little bit of a passion in me that is just like, this isn't right, this isn't fair, this isn't on, and I just feel that I have to be able to do something about it, or I want to be able to do something about it.
Second question to you, how you see human rights situation all around the world, especially in South Asia?
Yeah, I mean, it's particularly, I don't know if I've just become more aware of it. I don't think so, but it just, the world seems to be in a shocking state when it does come to how we're treating other human beings. And I'm very aware of it being in China. It's in lots of countries. How are we going to tackle it? What are we going to do about it? I think particularly interesting for me is in the UK of recent times, when they prorogued our parliament. Now, I'm sorry, but to me, that was an abuse of my human rights. They took away my freedom of speech. I was particularly wanting to make my parliament to make an issue about Kashmir at the time by proroguing parliament just because over leaving the European Union, that took away that option. Equally, leaving the European Union when only 60, 70 years ago, we were at war with Germany. Look at what the European Union achieved with that country. And so on another level, maybe it's off the subject, I'm not sure, but to me the UK, leaving the UK is leaving the EU is a backward state. We need to be working more together, I think, becoming more internationalist, not nationalist, and looking outward facing. I don't feel we're doing that enough. And so yeah, I'm quite depressed, upset about the state of human rights in the world at the moment.
My third question to you, how you see human rights situation, especially in Kashmir, I mean both sides of Kashmir, Pakistan occupied side Kashmir and Indian side Kashmir and Balochistan?
Well, to be honest, I find it really quite devastating. Something that it's just, living in the Western world, we're so lucky, and then suddenly when you become aware of all these things going on, it's not pleasant, and I'm just really glad I'm not in those shoes. I think for me, I don't know everything. I'm still learning as I go. Kashmir was a real eye-opener for me for what was going on in there. It quite simply started because I met a friend that had family in there. I said, "How are your family?" And he said, "I don't know. I've not heard from them." So that opened it all up. And to be quite honest, to go in overnight and shut down a country in the way that they did, that's not right. That's abused their human rights, regardless of, we don't know what's going on there, but even for them to take away their civil liberties, freedom, just shocking really that happens today. And I don't think, that is acceptable on any level in this day and age. And I think as a whole world, we need to be standing up and saying, no, we're not having this. I think obviously with Kashmir losing their rights, if you like, or having that taken away from them, it's then opened up the issue to what's going on in Pakistan, occupied Kashmir. And quite clearly, it seems to me that Kashmir want to be one country. They want to be together, and they want to have that right to have the vote. That is coming, I've heard that really clearly, really strongly, and I don't see why they shouldn't be able to have that say, have that issue. The world, I know that's quite straightforward. It seems also then you've got similar going on in Balochistan, where, you know, there is just extreme levels of abuse to human rights, and they want again to govern. It seems to be lawlessness. People are missing. One man who's, I'm afraid his name escapes me just now, but he walked 2,000 kilometres, the same as Gandhi, to sit outside the law offices to make his case for where are these people going. So somewhere something is going wrong. You know, human rights are being abused. Their freedom of speech is being taken away. Their civil liberties are being abused, and it doesn't sit well. It doesn't seem right, and equally, all, you know, a lot's going around around the world elsewhere. Libya currently also undergoing such abuses to human rights, and you know, the question is, I think for me as a teacher, I am teaching the children the human rights, the 50 articles, all of them, and when I look around the world, these aren't being honoured. So why do we have these human rights? Why do the UN have these human rights if they are not then following those through? Maybe they're talking somewhere. Even if they are, they need to tell us. They should be showing us what they're doing. Because at the moment, as a citizen of the world, I'm sitting here thinking, where are they? You know, people are suffering. People are at the hands of abuse, and where's the help for them? Where's the support for them? That seems to be missing.
So my last question to you, what is your plan? I mean, what you do to stop all human rights abuses, especially in all around the world, and especially I mentioned to you Balochistan and Kashmir and other part of the region in South Asia? Thank you.
Well, I guess that's a really interesting question. I do believe that every single one of us can make a difference. We're never too small or too little to be heard. So with that in mind, it was just a case initially of sharing, letting people know, discussing. I began to write to the UN and my MP about issues in Balochistan, in Kashmir, in Libya, really quite upset about human rights. It might have seemed small. I started using my Facebook to share those images and issues, highlighting with friends, got involved in different groups with different dialogue, just doing whatever I could, whenever I can, as petitions. And so I still intend to continue to raise my voice wherever I can. I am sure there are things I haven't seen yet that I can do, but one thing I'm really going to try and do is to make a mass protest. Hopefully it will grow in momentum. So just now, what we're trying to do is organise, we're trying to encourage UN to open their eyes and do something. I would love to see people get their say, their votes for independence, where it be. So I want UN to open their eyes, and what we're saying is actually, do you know what, if the UN won't do anything, if our leaders won't do anything, then as the people, as the voice, let's do something. Let's not just sit here and keep watching this. Let's make a difference. So we are planning to have a big tea party. Over initially we thought Kashmir. We looked to try and get Kashmir to get their vote for independence, and then hopefully if we find peace within there, it will filtrate out from there and other places will get to have their say. So we currently have a group set up, which is the People's Party, for a tea party in Kashmir, and we don't know when that would happen, possibly sort of next year. Obviously we need to look at funding and getting it together and getting people over there, but it's very much if the UN won't do anything about it, then the people will come, because to let fellow human beings suffer in the way they're suffering just doesn't seem fair to me, just doesn't seem right. So that group is out there. There is the petition is starting off first to gauge the level of interest. It might seem crazy. People might think we're crazy, a Tea Party in Kashmir, but I'm sorry, when it comes to the human rights abuses that are going on, is that not crazy? So let's start somewhere. This petition is going out there. It currently has just 100 on it, but it's only been out 24 hours. So there is a link there I do have a link that I could share with you or share with people if they get in touch with you, to make that big and make it out there. And I'm just going to keep looking for the ways to find it, get people to listen, because I'm not alone. I know there are thousands and millions out there. There are politicians, there are world leaders, there are all types of people speaking up, wanting to be heard, wanting to be listened, knowing that this isn't right, but somehow we haven't found the right way through yet. So I just want to be part of the process that finds a solution, really. I don't have all the answers. I just have a heart that wants to do the best I can, and is going to keep speaking up for all the ones that are suffering from human rights abuses and from their leaders and not being given the chance to be heard, really.
Thank you.
JKTV, the voice of the voiceless. Like it and click on following and click on see first, then you will get all the new notifications and updates.